Hello, Jody Rose here from Inmate Sharing. I would like to share with you the book that I released on June the 1st, Locked Up from Both Sides of the Wire. I'm going to read the description on the back to kind of give you a better idea of what the book is about. And then I'm going to tell you a little bit of how it came to me to write this book. Disbelief, fear, anger, shame, worry, guilt, embarrassment. My son was arrested just days after his father was released from prison. My years of experience with incarceration should have made dealing with my son's arrest easier, but it didn't. I was devastated to learn that he faced a possible life sentence. As a nonviolent offender, that was pretty shocking to me. As my son awaited trial in a filthy jail, I began to reach out as a way to cope. I spoke with women and men in prisons across Texas, and I began a Facebook support group for loved ones of the incarcerated. Locked Up from Both Sides of the Wire can help you feel less alone if you are incarcerated or have a loved one in prison. It brings together the voices of those serving time and those waiting for them. I am an advocate for prison reform with criminal justice degrees, and I want to share my own story and illuminate the prison experience through poetry, stories, letters, and artwork of prisoners themselves. What I did was for about a year, I took letters that were written to me from loved ones of inmates as well as from inmates, and I compiled them. It's a way for inmates and the loved ones to come together and to read what's really going on within our prison system, and also to kind of understand, what do we do as a loved one. I get requests every day, or I guess not requests, but kind of messages and comments on our Facebook page of loved ones that are reaching out. They just don't know what to do. They don't know how to feel. The emotions are just crazy and running rampant, as y'all know. The thing about it is, though, most of the time, what I hear are the same things. How they are going to cope for so long, how to take care of the kids, what to do. Should they stay? Should they not stay? How do they tell others? How do they admit to others that they have a loved one that's locked up? The list just goes on and on. How do you deal with telling the children? There's so many things that are involved with having a loved one that a lot of people don't realize that affect our family dynamics, as well as with the inmate. Inmates wrote stories. They talked about their addictions. They talked about their incarceration experiences. There's a chapter in here of an inmate that wrote blogs that kind of gives a little bit of insight into the prison and the daily things that go on there, to kind of give the loved one a little better understanding of what's happening and what to expect, and some of the lingo that the incarcerated use, we can better understand. There's also a chapter in there that comes just from solitary confinement. It kind of gives, again, society an idea of what's going on. Helps a lot with prison reform. And there's great information in this book. There's clips from loved ones. There's testimonies. There's art. There's poems. The list goes on and on. I am working on Locked Up Volume 2 right now. So if you or your loved one that is incarcerated would like to send in some information, I would love to look at that and publish that in our next book. I would also encourage you to purchase this book. You can purchase it on Amazon, as well as our website, inmatesharing.com. And the proceeds from this book are used for postage and the price of what it costs me for the book to mail to inmates, as well as postage to write inmates, which I do on a daily basis, and other needs that inmates have. I would like to see Inmate Sharing go to the next level and reach out to families to be able to help with the many needs that we face as incarcerated loved ones and our families, the effects that we have. That I'll share with y'all more as that comes about. But right now, I just kind of wanted to give you an idea of what the book's about, kind of my vision for it, and how I came to wanting to write this book. I dealt with my son's dad's incarceration about 32 years. He was in and out. And then when my son got arrested, it just kind of was a way for me to open up to inmates and loved ones and not only bring them hope, but they also bring me hope, and it helps me to cope. I also go in the prisons as an overcomers trainer. I teach inmates how to deal with their hang-ups, their addictions, their everyday life. And we are a faith-based program, which brings inmates hope, that there is a better tomorrow for them. So again, I encourage you to purchase Locked Up from both sides of the wire. The more books that I can sell, the more things that I will be able to send to inmates, which, as a lot of you know, is a much needed thing for them. God bless you, and thank you very much.